This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us on this Sunday. I'm Galen Etlin. Yes, you are reading the clocks correctly. It feels like 5 a.m., but it is actually 6 o'clock already. We jumped forward 1 hour overnight into daylight saving time. Also this morning, Portland police see backlash for tactics against demonstrators and vandals. We'll explain what kettling is with first-hand accounts. And a new campaign encourages you to get the COVID shot. Hear what convinced some healthcare workers to feel more confident in the vaccine themselves. We start with that latest night of protests. Three nights of demonstrations in downtown Portland so far. This time, though, it was pretty calm. A large group gathered outside the Justice Center. We got this video off Southwest Main Street. Now, as far as we know, no one damaged any buildings this time, and police did not make any arrests. Meanwhile, the ACLU of Oregon and other civil rights groups are calling for a federal investigation into the Portland Police Bureau. This is all over a police tactic called kettling, as I mentioned, used during demonstrations in the Pearl District Friday night. Our Maggie Vespa breaks down what that is and the tactic's history in Portland.
I'm not doing anything. You stepped up to me.
Portland police turning the page in their playbook after protests flared up again this week. Friday night, officers corralled close to 100 people near Northwest 13th and Marshall. They took photos, names, and as one video shows, forced journalists out of the perimeter.
I'm a member of the press.
We already asked the press to leave.
Police declined to comment on that video, but said they are reviewing the Bureau's response as a whole, adding PPB respects the rights of members of the press. Suzette Smith, a freelance journalist who often works for the Portland Mercury, snapped this photo of an officer photographing her.
They demanded my full name and my birth date, which they wrote on a piece of duct tape and then gave it to me to put on my chest. I was advised that if I returned to the protest, they would arrest me.
You are all being detained for the investigation of a crime.
Police kept the crowd there for hours, saying they were investigating a crime, later saying that crime was destruction of property. This after people smashed windows and set fires Thursday night in businesses and government buildings alike. People telling reporters they're protesting everything from federal immigration policy to police shootings.
This is so illegal.
The tactic of detaining crowds this size is known as kettling. PPB used it years ago, prompting 2 lawsuits from civil rights advocates. Both stalled or were tossed out earlier this year, according to the Oregonian. Portland's mayor told the paper then he wouldn't ban the tactic, but added it has to be well planned and well trained for. Saturday, his office said the Bureau had since undergone extensive training, but Mayor Wheeler stopped short of condoning kettling. His office adding tactical decisions are made by the incident commander.
The ongoing criminal vandalism must stop. It holds small businesses hostage.
In his State of the City address Friday, he, the chief of police, and other local leaders addressed the protests in general.
So the George Floyd killing and the things associated with that, I feel have just been kind of put off to the side. Because they've been, again, hijacked.
Saturday, police released photos of weapons and tactical gear, which they say were left behind in the kettle perimeter. 13 people were arrested. Charges include possession of a loaded firearm in public, attempted assault of a public safety officer, and in the case of one juvenile, felony criminal mischief for breaking a window. Maggie Vespa, KGW News.
All right, let's get started on how your day is going to look here. Keely Chalmers joins us live at home with the forecast. Good morning, Keely.
Hey, good morning, Galen. And your last week of winter is looking like it's going to be a little bit rainy after a stretch of some nice days out there. Let's take a look outside. This is our Wells Fargo Sky Cam, where we've got some clouds right now, 43 degrees. The wind's out of the southeast, not too bad at 10 miles per hour. Here's how your day is shaping up. We're going to get up to about 54 degrees at noon. A chance of showers. The chance for showers increases as we head into the afternoon. We'll likely see some showers about 5 o'clock. We'll top out at 54 degrees today. We do have another stretch of dry weather with some sunshine coming up. We'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast. Galen.
Wonderful. Keely, thank you so much for the update. Let's turn now to COVID and the latest vaccination numbers for Oregon and Southwest Washington. As of Friday, all metro counties except Washington County have vaccinated between 17 and 20% of the population with at least one dose. Areas in green there are above 20%, so Lincoln, Polk, and Benton counties. Now to Southwest Washington. Pacific, Wahkiakum, and Klickitat counties have vaccinated more than 19% of people there. For Clark County, it's between 14 and 19%. The gray areas you see represent counties with less than 14% vaccinated. Doctors around the country are leading a social media campaign aimed at people who might hesitate to get the vaccine. And there's an Oregon doctor, too, who's part of that movement.
All right, here we go.
That's Portland doctor Robin Liu getting her COVID-19 shot in December. Looking back,
The last year has been horrible.
she's thankful to see progress in vaccine rollout, with cases and deaths going down. But she knows not everyone is comfortable to get the shot, and without most people being vaccinated.
Then there's still no returning to normal.
I'll be honest, I was vaccine hesitant at first.
Dr. Alex McDonald in Southern California knew if it took him time to research the COVID vaccine and get comfortable, others probably would too. So he helped launch a campaign with the hashtag #ThisIsOurShot.
Grassroots movement of healthcare heroes, essentially.
Doctors and medical professionals post about getting vaccinated.
Amplify the voice of trusted messengers in the social media space.
A space with a lot of misinformation, but real doctors are fighting it.
For you, what are some of the biggest things that you really want to drive home to people that this is what the shot is, not that?
No safety steps were skipped in the development of this vaccine. This is our shot. Collectively, all of us. This is not about you. This is not about me. This is about all of us collectively doing our own small part to get to a COVID-free world.
Dr. Liu in Portland joined the cause and said This Is Our Shot aims to reach people who are undecided.
To get as many of those people into the fold as we can.
We're not here to tell people what to do. We're here to address their questions, address their concerns, and really lead by example.
From younger to older to people of color and other marginalized groups with less trust in the system to pregnant moms. All walks of life are represented in this campaign.
When you really see someone who looks like you, who is in your same situation getting the shot, that helps you feel a lot more confident.
Oh, look at that. You didn't even flinch.
To Dr. Liu, the vaccine is everyone's ticket.
To regain our lives and to take control.
Yay! Making history.
Thumbs up to that. Galen Etlin, KGW News. Now to a developing story here. We're hoping to learn more about the man seriously hurt in a standoff and shootout with officers on Friday night. This was near the historic Columbia River Highway just outside Corbett. A Multnomah County Sheriff's deputy saw a car speeding and driving erratically. When the deputy pulled the car over, the driver stepped out with guns drawn. This turned into a 9-hour-long standoff, which ended early yesterday morning with an exchange of gunfire. A Multnomah County deputy and a Gresham police officer both fired their guns. They're on administrative leave during this investigation, which is standard practice. No officers were hurt. Police say they expect to release more information this week. Vancouver police need your help finding a missing boy. They say family and friends have not heard from 12-year-old Daniel Dakota Daniels in days. Police say soon before he disappeared, Daniel was trying to contact an estranged family member who may live around Corvallis. Daniel is 5'6" with brown hair. He was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and black sweatpants. So if you see him or have any information, call 911. A couple in Yamhill County needs help getting back some pretty special equipment that's also a big loss for their community. Forrest Babcock and his wife Janet Zelke say their trailer holding telescopes was stolen from rural Washington County last week. That included a telescope that's 15 feet long and 800 pounds, worth about $15,000. Now, before COVID, the couple took the massive telescope on the road to wineries, empty lots, and schools, giving people a window to worlds beyond.
And then when they put their eyeballs on that lens and see, say, the rings of Saturn for the first time, it's like magic.
When the kids come out and they look to the telescope, they get inspired.
The telescope is also the centerpiece of a bigger dream, a science center in Carlton focused on astronomy. The observatory paused fundraising during COVID, and so this is just another blow. The couple hopes the thieves realize they're taking educational opportunities away from rural kids and return the telescopes, no questions asked. Your full forecast is about 6 minutes away here, but first, the COVID vaccine is our best hope to end this pandemic, right? It's not the only hope, though. What other factors we can consider still ahead.